Welcome back, everybody. This episode, we're going to turn this tractor into a pulling tractor over I don't know how many videos. So what we got here is a Minneapolis Moline Model RTI. So Model R, I don't remember what the T stands for, but I is for industrial. So it's got the wide front, low center front axle. It's got the cast front center, cast center wheels. So it just has the ring for the tires. You got the short, heavy rear wheels with the wheel weights. So picking this one to build into a pulling tractor, and I'm not talking wild at all. I want to put a Z engine in this, so I'm going to go from 25 horse to 35 horse. I don't have a propane head for this. I don't know if I'm gonna take the time to bore it out, but like I'm not sure how big you can go on the piston, 60 over maybe. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I'd really like to put a 220 out of U302 into this, but I've heard the rear ends like to break under that much power. So anyways, what I'm really trying to attempt here is to build this into a pulling tractor using the parts I have laying around. I don't have a 220 cubic inch engine laying around, but I do have a Z sitting here that I bought for an engine that I want to use for pulling. So this is my candidate. I'm not sure of the year. It's probably 50 to 53 maybe. It could be 54. There's no serial number tag on this, and if you didn't know, the serial number tags on a lot of the Molines is down by your right foot as you're sitting on the tractor. This one is missing. There's also a serial number tag on the engine. So since there's no identification on this one, I've had a hard time with this engine. Last time I messed with it, it did turn over, but now it's stuck. So I'm envisioning putting a U front end on it, so the narrow front on the front, get rid of this front axle, put a different the narrow front on there, and then we'll go to some 38-inch tires on the back. I'm not sure what size yet. As you can see, those are real heavy. I found that it looks like the axles on the RTIs are I think they're just over 3 inches, and then the standard R axle is 2 5/8 or 2 3/4. It's been a while since I measured, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do as far as putting hubs on this to get 38-inch pressed steel on here, but that's the plan. Now my goal for weight is to make 3,000 pounds. I know my RTS with the standard front end is 3,500 pounds with me on it, so somewhere, I need to shave 300, or no, I need this to weigh about 2,800, 2,750 before I even put my big butt in there. So it's going to be a chore, but this is going to be 3 tractors in play on this. So I've got a RTE. It's supposed to be an adjustable wide front, but right now it has a U front end on it. The tractor came with a E front end. So the narrow front I want for this tractor is on another tractor, so I got to get that front end off onto here, and then the Z engine's in a parts tractor of a Z, so got to get that engine out of the Z into this R, get the narrow front off of that R onto the front end of this, and hopefully it runs. Then I got to figure out wheels for the back. RTIs, they come with a foot throttle and a hand throttle and a foot clutch. All the other R's are hand clutches, but military and industrial, they got the foot throttle as well as a hand. So that's my other thought, is I get to have the foot throttle. And if I get to somewhere where it's not allowed, I can always use the hand throttle. So let's go look at the rest of the parts, and so you can see what I'm gonna do with this. All right. Okay, so this bar right here is my RTE. You can see it has the U front end. And right here we have the RTE, the adjustable wide front end for that R over there that I need the U front end off of. And here's the Z. Now somebody already started taking the rear end apart in this. The axle nuts are missing, and actually this brake, no, the brake's not locked up, but this wheel's locked up right now, which is no problem. You know what? I haven't even checked to see if this engine still turns over. See if I can get in there. It's got good parts. Hey, I got lucky. I had to pull on it a little bit, but that engine just moved. So if that moves, I can put oil down the cylinders. We can get it freed up. So it should run. It is missing the intake and the carburetor. Not a problem. I got spares. I figured on parting this tractor out. Keep the good stuff. I'll probably scrap the rear end. I'll keep the rear wheels, the hubs, sheet metal, you know, all the soft parts, radiator, of course, the hood. So anyway, this is our donor engine. So I think the next step is we need to get that wide front out. It's not going to be easy. We'll get that dug out, and then we'll get the R tractor with the U front end under it. We'll get that pulled up there, and then we'll start the swap. All right? Okay, so I found two problems with this swap already. One, those tires are flat. Okay, well, I tried putting air in this tire. It just bled out this hole right here. Great big old crack in the tire. And the reason I want to put air in the tires is to try and save the tires, if I could save them. This tire, it took air right away. But let's get you down here nice and close, ready for the explosion. Tire is rotten. This, oink, 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 that's the inner tube. So that's no good. And I was going to put air in the back tires, but, well, let's not worry about that. There's no tires. All right. Wow, I forgot to hit play or record. So it moved from its spot. Oh, yeah, there it is. So it moved from its spot. I was afraid I was going to tear up the yard, but that's all I did. There and there. I'm surprised that's all that happened. It's mid-January, it's been raining, so I thought for sure I was going to tear the yard up, but that wasn't too bad. Alright, we'll set you up here and we'll get that drug up. Alright, I got my ratchet out, and first time I go get a socket, grab the wrong one. Well, just in case, on these R's they had, oh boy, they had 3 bolts on here to hold the hood on, to help hold the hood on, plus the hooks. You got 4 hooks, 2 on each side. You got a bolt here, here, and you got one on the opposite side over here. Oh man, that does not feel good. You don't know if you're just twisting it, and you know you can't get any oil on it. Oh, well, that just happened. That happens a lot. We can fix that later. Well, this one's going. We're in luck here. Nice shorties. Not so lucky there. What I'll do there is probably want to get the thing running, because the thing will hold, the hood will hold on with those and it'll be fine. But if I can get this thing running, or if I buy myself a welder, which I don't have a welder, I'll buy a welder, and after I get this hood off, clean those up, weld the nut on there, and that nut will transfer in there and help break the rust loose. So, get these out of the way. Put them there so I forget them. The air breather off. First you gotta get it to wiggle. There we go. Nothing's gonna want to move well today. It's hovering right around freezing. So I don't know how long my hands are gonna last. Oh, and like I said earlier, this is an outdoor project, as the shop is full of indoor projects. That hinge moves punch. That's good. Oh, also I forgot, the hood is held on by the front tank strap, which is also the back of the hood. Okay, that's not cooperating. See if I can slide that. Oh, there we go. If you wiggle it enough, you break the rust loose and create a little space. There we go. So I don't know if you know how yet, but some of you may. But I'm going to show you how to get the grill out of an R or an early Z. So this just slides in. There's a little clip down here. So you slide this in and then set it down inside the clip, and that holds it in place. Grill sitting on the outside of the grill shell here, and inside here and here. Again on the outside here. So let's see if this thing is, and without poking the radiator, you can jab the radiator real easy. There we go. Slide her out. That's it. Now, somewhere down here, underneath this lovely moss, get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. Well, here's somebody put a block drain or a radiator drain in here. The tabs are snapped off, but that's what that piece is. I don't remember many block drains on the R's. So it might have been out of the radiator. Yeah, right there. Yep. Somebody pulled that out when they cut the hoses and made sure this thing was completely drained. So hopefully it's not a cracked block. It shouldn't be. Like I said, I know it's stuck. I played with it shortly after I got it home and took the spark plugs out and then put some penetrating oil down there. I know everybody has their concoction. Marble mist oil, penetrating oil, Coca-Cola, what else? Transmission fluid, and what's the other one they mix with the tranny fluid? Not solvent, acetone. Tried that. I think I may have tried it on the wrong tractor. The tractor I tried that on, the crank was almost stuck. It was so, you could see like a water line, mud line inside the crankcase of an R. And you take the side panel off to get to the connecting rods. It was terrible. Okay, I see 1, 2, we got 3, 4. This one here should be 5, and I should, yeah, those 2 are part of it, so. All right, let me get some more tools and we'll start working on those, see how many we snap off. Okay, one more bolt. The whole radiator and the shell will come off. Most of them came out, most of the bolts came out pretty easy. This one is a little tough. I thought it was going to snap off like the hood bolts did. There we go, put this in a safe place. Let's see. Oh no, we have a wire, the factory wiring harness. It's way back here. Thing is going to be stiff and brittle. See, they already cut it once, so I'm going to cut it again right in the same spot. Get some cutters and I'll be right back. Okay, cut this right where they put their repair. Give this a wiggle and a jiggle. Yeah, we're loose. Just going to pull it straight out from the fan blade. There we are. Okay, so I also don't have a cutting torch, but I do use propane bottles quite a bit, and I use that to help heat it up, kind of like welding or using a torch. This will just take longer. Got my penetrating oil out here. Might as well shoot some down there because we got to try and slide it out, right? Assuming this is going to want to come apart. Give you a few taps. See if it's easy. One shot at a time. Might be moving. Well, let's put a little heat on it. I'm not trying to get this glowing red or anything. I just want to get the metal around it. Get this here to warm up. I don't want this to warm up. That'll swell up. The heat will make things expand. If I can leave that pin on the colder side, where the rust will help break free. Create enough gap, I'll shoot some more penetrating oil in there. Okay. Try this again. If I want more heat, I got my weed burner. Could always grab that. Alright, this is going to take a little bit, so I'll bring you back when I get it apart. Well, like I said, I'd bring you back when I got it close. It's been about 10 minutes since we left off, but I added more heat to it. This time I didn't spray it. I could see the oil was bubbling up inside, but I did spray previously. See that? There she went. There we go. One pin. We'll save that. Yeah, this is definitely a one way. You can see that this end is bigger than that end. It's flared up there. So anyway, let's get a wrench and we'll start unbolting this front end. Okay, I got those two bolts out there where the two dark holes are. Got that top one out. Like I said, I thought there's 4. I've done this before and I forgot. Why is it still tight? Oh, there's one. And there's the other, right there. So we got 2 bolts left holding it together. We still have this steering knuckle hanging onto that shaft. Might try knocking that shaft back a little bit. Let's see if we can knock her loose before we drop the front end off. So almost apart. Okay, this just happened. That took another 10 minutes of heating and oiling and bending, and right here I took some weight off of it, off the front end or of the tractor. So then I decided, well, I'm going to drop it back down even though I've got 2 bolts in it. And then I started cranking on the steering wheel. Right there. Figured if I'm twisting and turning on it, plus the heat I put in it and the oil in there, that would break loose. But you know what? It did. So all I got to do now is figure out how to get this off out of the way and get that front end over here, that wide front over here, and get it bolted on, because I'd like to get the hood on tonight. I don't want it, I mean, I can cover, I've got an open exhaust manifold, and I got that water hose exposed right now because I don't have a hood on it. And that, I can put my air cleaner cap on, and I can get like rattle can paint caps and cover these things up, but I'd really like to get done with this portion of the project. So let's carry on. All right, we'll take some weight off. There we go. So I'm going to be paying attention to this tractor while I'm doing this, as I don't want this thing to, I don't even want the front end to fall on me. Well, come on. Be nice. There we go. Okay. That is. So now we're down to one bolt holding this together. That makes me nervous. The only other thing that's holding this on would be rust, or the angle that it's sitting at. If this started slipping, I'd feel pressure on that bolt, and I would get my hands out of there and figure something else out. Get that out. That's loose enough to do by hand. There we go. Took those bolts over. I think I'll jack it up some more. Yeah, we are separated. I think my jack's about out of oil, so he doesn't want to go any higher. Alright, let's see if we can wiggle. Okay, so the pulley's right there in the way. If I do this, don't want to run the dog over. There we go. All right. I'm going to figure out a way to get this front end out of here and that wide front over here, and we'll start putting this thing right back together. No hesitation.